Hi, this is Dennis again, and right now we're going to take a look at document control. And when we talk about document control within Master Builder, you can see I have the screen open here. We're talking about the papers that go back and forth between you and the owner or you and the general. RFIs, transmittals, submittals. We're going to take a good hard look at correspondence within Master Builder and also the Project Work Center, which is specifically for your project managers to take a look at. So anyway, I'm not going to go through a lot of information or a lot of screenshots here. I think you understand what an RFI is. We track RFIs. We can print an RFI log by project. We can submit that RFI to the owner. We can look and see what RFIs are outstanding by due date or by required date. We had another video on the CD for daily field reports, which I think is a big piece to your business, and you should be looking at those and doing those within your company. And the other thing we have is the correspondence, and I think once you get used to Master Builder, you should really consider doing all of your correspondence within Master Builder. And here's the reason why: it's going to look just like your Word document does today, but at some point in time, you're always going to be able to find that letter that you wrote to that vendor, and you may not remember what job you wrote it for, you may not remember when you wrote it, but if you know you wrote a letter to ABC company, you can go in and look for all of the correspondence written to that company over time. Same thing by job. If you knew you wrote a letter to a vendor but you can't remember which one or when, you can go in and review it by project. So anyway, that is why we think you should be using it. Lots of information here: how it was sent, when it was sent, what type it is, the status, is it open, closed, is it been resubmitted. Those are for you to track different statuses so that you can see the status of that correspondence. But where I want to jump to here is the Project Work Center. I'm going to load this up real quick. What you're going to see here is everything for one project. So if you're a project manager, you would be spending some time here. This is job number 2. These are all of the items that have been hot listed for this project. If I want to go look at, in this case, I want to look at all of the RFIs for this project. Just got to go one more here, and here's my RFIs, request for information. There they are. And if I want to see it, I can double click that and drill back to that RFI. But it is specific to this project, not every RFI in the system, but just the RFIs for this project. And obviously down below, quick recap, some phone numbers, contact information for that project, a contract summary, change orders, outstanding, what percent of the budget's done. If I want to see the schedule for this job, I'm not going to have to go scrolling through hundreds of schedules. It is only going to pull up the schedule for this one project. And in this case, I don't have one, but if I did, it would have brought up that. Same thing, if I want to go back and look at the estimate for this job, it's only going to pull up the estimate for this one project. So again, if you're doing these outside the system, I suggest that you take a hard look at Master Builder to do most of your project management. And what we're talking about again is RFIs, which most companies are doing, transmittals, submittals, plan records, when did the plans come in, what's the latest revision, have we sent plans out if we're the general, what subcontractors have plans that have not been returned yet. If you're taking deposits, is also going to track the deposits on those plans as well. And that is something we're seeing more and more of here with some of our owners and other contractors that we work with, is that they are starting to charge a deposit to their subcontractors. Otherwise, they never get the plans back, and it's starting to become a sizable amount for those deposits and plan cost. Anyway, quick overview of what we call document control, which is within our project management, and it really revolves around the paperwork that it takes to get the project built. Again, thanks for your time, and we look forward to meeting with you soon.